Hey, this is Chuck, Garric, and Calico Cooper from Beasto Blanco.
And may the rock be with you.
Welcome to May the Rock Be With You, Chuck and Calico. It's a pleasure to speak to you today.
Hey, man, good to
Hey,
see you.
Thank you very much.
Rock be with you as well.
Always. Now, we're here because it is new music time, which is very, very exciting. So far, all we have is the new single, which is killer, by the way, Run For Your Life. Now,
Thank
what I
you.
want from you both, can you both give us a little review of the track that would make people want to listen to it?
Go on, Chuck. Get him.
Well, I can tell you this right now. If you like rock and roll and you know, you like good melodies, you like good lyrics, you like something that just kind of grabs you by the ass and makes you move, then go listen to Run For Your Life.
Everyone likes to be grabbed in the ass, you know? No, and mine would just be, this is a song that pushes me, whether it's like running or working or focusing. Like Run For Your Life is one of those like just four on the floor freight train songs that by the time it's done you didn't even realize your heart started beating faster, but it did.
I'm going to actually just hang up now and listen to it. Is that all right? Can we just...
Yeah, go on. I don't do speed, but I listen to Beasto Blanco.
It's better than a couple of
Now, the video is great. The video is so good. Tell us a bit about the concept behind it.
So for me, Chuck brought this song "Run For Your Life" to me, and sort of my Spice Girl superpower is I listen to this song and I sort of go into like this creative trance where like I'm listening to it and my brain blows open, and all of a sudden I see space and where there's stars everywhere, and then I see the guys in the ship. Okay, what are we doing in the ship? And then I see, oh, the machine girl's not there. Where is she? Right. So like I was really heavily inspired by like those great movies when we were like kids and teens, like, you know, the sci-fi after school special, right? Where there was like hot pink light here and like all practical effects and smoke and mirrors, and like it was very melodramatic. And so the song just kind of like led me to go, the machine girl as a character in Beasto is usually like the leader of the charge, right? And I wanted to put myself in a situation where it's like I went out on my own and I didn't kind of like trust the team, stay with the team. And so she has an opportunity in this video. She made her mistake, they save her, and they're running before the ship blows up. And she has a moment where she has to decide, is she more human or more machine? And you have to watch it to see what side wins. But ultimately, the decision is made, and it starts off the story for the rest of our album, KINETICA, which is coming out.
Okay, but you also directed it, which is awesome. What's it like stepping out from behind the mic to behind the camera and telling the guys what to do?
Well, it's the only time they listen. No, I find it so funny because when I'm not doing Beasto, I do film and television, and watching these guys in the editing bay is really interesting because most of the shots that I used of them, it's 100% transparent, were in between my direction. So I've got Chuck looking off into this like, you know, space into green screen, and I'm giving him all these directions, and he's doing exactly what I'm asking him to do. And then my way I direct is I roll even through the cuts. So I said, all right, cut. And I was, you know, talking to the camera guy, whatever. And what Chuck did when he thought I wasn't recording was this real genuine, you know, he went from this to, and all of a sudden I got it. That was it. Right. And I saw it, and so I didn't say anything. I just kept talking to the camera guy, and he's lost in his own real thought. So he wasn't acting. And those were the shots that I used of most of the band guys, is the in-between stuff when they were truly trying to plan what they were going to do. When I said action, the real lost in thought moments were the shots that I ended up choosing.
Wow. Nicely done. And it's a really great video. Green screen, you weren't on a spaceship. Seriously. Like it looked, it's...
Oh, we were on a spaceship.
Okay.
For real. No,
right.
I live in Hollywood. So I I literally went onto a website that I use all the time, that old abandoned TV and movie sets. And so I rented that spaceship, and
Okay.
it was fully got like, it had the lasers and the thing. The green screen was in the hull of the ship. When they're looking up, that's a green screen. So you can put whatever on it, but the ship is real.
Okay.
And the machine bay is real. The elevator they get in is real. The cell with all the paper, that's real. And it was
Cool.
all in this one set. And I let the set inspire me. I was like, they had these 10 different rooms. I'm going, how did we end up in here? You know, I just got really inspired. And the fact that we were able to work on this real spaceship, like, it kind of takes the guesswork out of the acting. You're like, imagine you're on a spaceship. No, you are. You're in it.
Oh, this is great. I love it. Now, we haven't heard the album yet, and we don't know much about it, which is great. But obviously, you both have. So let's play a fun game with KINETICA. Comes out, so then we can listen to it. We don't know the track listing, but I want both of you to tell me what's your favorite track on the album.
We're not allowed to say the
Don't
names
fall
of the
for it,
songs.
Calico. Don't fall for it. It's a trap.
No, it's true. I have two favorites. So the way that it goes now, boo, is you have to release one single at a time, and you're not allowed to like bury the lead. You can't like say the name of the stuff that's coming out, and it's
Oh,
like, but I'm so excited. And we did 11 videos for 11 songs.
well, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm stoked. Essentially, Run for Your Life is sort of like the genesis of where we're at. It sets the stage for the world and who we are to each other and everything. And then the songs take us into different moments in time, literal time. And so I'm releasing it like, have you ever seen Memento?
Yeah,
Where he's got to put it
backwards.
together.
Yeah.
So it's very much in that style where it's not coming out in the order of events. So we're starting at the beginning, but then we're second to last, and then we're fourth, and then we're second. And so when the whole puzzle comes out, you put it together and you go, oh my God. Oh my God. Now the story makes sense of who the machine girl is, who Beasto is. And I don't know. I love it. I wouldn't even call it a concept record. It became that when somebody told me, yes, that I could do 11 videos for 11 songs.
Right. It keeps you busy, Chuck, out in the making videos.
Oof.
We enjoy every bit of it. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you where I'm like, oh, I don't want to be in front of the camera, or man, this is really cool. You get a chance to witness this on camera and off. You'll there's things that you'll see happening that you don't even realize. One of us is holding like a leaf blower or something, so there's wind blowing and things like that. So we were involved from all angles of the video process, as much as we were involved in the recording process. I mean, it's like it's all encompassing.
Yeah, wow. So it has been 5 years, though, since we are. And in that time between records, what, if anything, helped shape what has become KINETICA?
I think a lot of it just is going to be experiences that have happened along the way. We never stop being musicians. We never stop being writers. We don't stop living life. So, what happened in that 5 years was touring and rehearsals and writing songs and pandemic and all kinds of things that have come into our lives and out of our lives. So, we just apply it all to our art. We apply it all to what we call Beasto Blanco.
And like the second single that's coming out was a baby of the pandemic for me. It's the first song that I lyrically wrote, just straight out of my brain. And it came at that time in the pandemic, especially in LA, when it was like, we weren't allowed to leave our houses, and it was like supplies were running short, whatever. And I found myself drinking red wine and walking circles around the backyard. And I had so much I was angry about, and so much that I was like broken over. Like Beasto was really going somewhere, and then it was just like yanked out of the wall. And we didn't know if we would ever be able to tour again. And like concepts of like identity. Like, if you take this away from me, like, who am I? If this all goes away, everything that I've worked for. And then I realized that that's such a universal feeling. You know, like, my identity is in my job. My identity is in this spouse. My identity is like in these things that I do day to day that I don't think about. And all of a sudden, a great big cosmic rug is yanked out from underneath me. And it's just me and my little body standing in the grass looking for, without all those things, what is my identity? Like, where do I press start again? And what does that look like? And so the second single is that for me. And there was a lot of like, and I embraced it. There was a lot of like, I don't know if you can make like bitterness positive, but it turned like bitterness into like a curled lip.
Nice.
Do you know what I mean? And I was given the platform and the time for really my first song that I've ever written, to suss it out. And I remember bringing it in and Chuck hearing it and the producer hearing it. And, you know, they were kind of like, you okay? I'm like, I'm never better, baby. Never better.
Awesome. I can't wait to hear this. It's exciting.
You know, we spent a lot of time, Calico and I spent a lot of time together and listening to music, and just kind of, we haven't really had the chance to do that. We never really sat there and listened to music that she really likes or inspires her, or used to really listen to, or really love this one song or love this lyric. So it gave us that opportunity to get closer to each other. And then when she did have the idea for the next single, I remember not only the lyrics she wrote, but she had a really good grasp of the melody. And then we had talked about just the overall sound of it was because of this one band that we were listening to at that time. So it was just a really, really cool experience that just kind of happened and that bumped into each other and created a song that really is pretty simple, but man, we put a lot of hard work into the overall sound of it. You know what I mean, Calico? We remember, like, we had it was all there, but we always kept kind of tilting our head a little bit going, it's not exactly. And then when we finished it and it got mixed, we were like, there it is. That's what we wanted it to sound like. And that is a true testament too of going back to what, you know, I said earlier in another interview, which was surround yourself with gold, surround yourself with people that you trust, that you know that they'll be in the foxhole with you, but they'll come out, drag you out too if they need to. What happened? We really just turned this song over, and when we did, Chris Harms came back with just like check this shit out, and we were like, there it is. That's exactly what we wanted. And it's been like that for the whole record. You know, you're not gonna find two songs the same on this album. You're gonna be really surprised the dark alleys and the streets that we decide to travel, whether they be at day or at night, on this really take some serious risks.
Okay. Well, you mentioned the Spice Girls before, so I'm expecting some bubblegum pop in there. I think, I don't know what.
Oh, hey, let me tell you, you'd be surprised.
Okay.
I get a lot, which is interesting, and I don't know if this is your experience of like Beasto in general, but like, because of the image and the way that we look, I think people are expecting the like, you know, like heavy, and there's nothing wrong with that. I love that music, but that's just not us. It's not what we do. I mean, I know I don't do it well, so God, thank you that it's not us. There's people that smash that. But what I do well meshes with what these guys do well, and that's why it works. And I think the visual of Beasto, a lot of people that have heard tracks from this record coming up go, wow, I really like that. I did not expect that looking the way you guys look. And I thought, well, maybe we should tone down the visuals. And I'm like, no. Like, because why can't we do a monster pop punk song looking like we look. Do we have to wear t-shirts? I don't think so. I mean, I adore 5 Seconds to Summer and all these like great bands, and their hooks are lack of a pun intended, beastly. I mean, these pop punk bands are doing these like monster hooks, and people love to go, it's so mainstream. Well, you're listening to it. So anybody that hates on those guys, it's like, yeah, that might not be your type of music, but we incorporated it. And Chuck and I, like I said, sat for hours on end, in cars and in studios. And I'm going, hey, dude, listen to this 80s disco track. There's something in it, and I don't know what it is. And what it was ended up being the downbeat. Okay. And now the electric guitar goes on top, right? But good is good. And we're grooving. And at the end, I go, I didn't stop moving that whole time. And that's the thing. And with the second single that's coming out, I played it on purpose for my bubblegum pop friends, for my friends that only listen to country, for my heavy black Norwegian metal friends. And at the end, I swear to you, every time, this is the face. That was awesome. I'm like, thank you.
I can't wait for this record now. When's it actually coming out? Can you tell me a date, or do we not know yet?
We have.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the date is. We don't have a solid date in mind, but we're looking to release it this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's really contingent. The way that it works now is you release one single, and if it's doing well, it'd be dumb to like stop the train and go, no, now we're going to do another single. It's like, hey, we're still growing. People are still hearing it and listening to it. So we got to be flexible with like, wow, we got 2,000 more listens today. Like, I don't want to shift the focus onto something else while people are still exploring it and finding it and enjoying it. And you'll know when the right time is to go, okay, cool. People have experienced that. They like it. Now here's another one. Yeah. Right. And so because we're not like tied down like we used to be, or any band used to be, where it's like this date is this and this date is that, we kind of like organically like read the room and go, I think it's time for the next one. And then, when those 2-3 singles are out, then you go, hey, here's the rest of the record. But instead of it being like, and here's the rest of the songs, we still have to space it out because of the visuals. So we'll drop the record, but the visuals for those are going to come out, every 2 to 3 weeks to meet up with the thing. And I know how much extra work it is on our end, but we have this amazing like team. And I always used to think it was so cheesy when people get up there and they're like, I just want to thank my team and my team and we're like, we get it. You're famous. You have a team. But I have a team now and I'm like, oh shit, I'd like to thank my team. There
you go. That's the way. Good team. Now, touring wise, what does 2024 look like for the band?
Yeah, so we're gonna do. We got a few dates starting off here at the end of July into August over in Europe, ending with the Wacken Festival. Which, if anybody knows about the Wacken, it's the holy ground of one of the best European festivals in the world or in Europe. I think it's incredible. And then we're gonna head back into the States September. And those dates will be released soon. And then we're looking to go back over to Europe at the end of the year towards November. And then, you know what? If all plays itself out correctly, January, February sounds like a good time to head over to Australia.
That's where we were going. You've been here more times than I can count. I think both of you have, but never as the band. So I want to see the band down here. So let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen, man. Have your people call my people.
I can do that.
Have your team call my team.
There you go. Now, now over a decade that you've been a band, it can be very easy to say what can change over time. But what's the one thing that's always remained the same about Beasto Blanco?
I will talk.
Talk.
The way it's more personal than public. We've changed so much and kind of leveled up and gotten better at what we do over the 10 years. But the thing that's exactly the same is the relationship between the 5 of us, I think is what sort of sets us apart. from other bands that I've seen, that I know, that I've, been involved with. There's the same 5 people that on our first show together went right before we went on stage and then went out all, heavy, are the same 5 people now that are going to go out and play Vakken and right before go, there's a camaraderie there that I don't think money can buy. I'm really, truly, I'm grateful. And I think, it's a true story. When we get invited to like these big industry things or parties or whatever, we go and then we stick together like this little like weird tribe where like, Billy Bob Thornton will come up, hey guys, good to see you. And we're like, yes, good to see us. Like we're sort of that. And I think so for Beasto, it reads on stage. You can tell that we're not tolerating each other. You can tell that I have full trust and like I know I can do whatever it is I want to do. And that's just this like freedom to do it. And yeah, so that's something that stayed the same for me. And I don't think we've ever lost that authenticity, no matter how big or small the venue is. I think if it's hot, we all hot. Up here, down there, it's not like we're up here and you're down there. We are experiencing this together. And I feed so much off the crowd and they feed off of us. And I think that has never changed from 20 people to 100,000 people we've played in front of. I'll find that one person, that one girl that is just locked in. And it's all about you.
Awesome. This is great. I'm really looking forward to this. Now, other than coming to Australia, what is on your list of things to do as a band you haven't yet had the chance to do?
A full feature.
Oh my God.
What?
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say.
Oh my God. We should be in a band together.
No, really, for real. I think there's definitely a movie concept here with Beasto Blanco, and I'm not talking about documentary either. It would be more of just telling the full story.
The legend of Beasto Blanco, basically.
Like Marvel type situation. But I definitely see that, and talk about a band musically and visually who could take something like that and do something with it. It's us.
And I think I needed to know that we could, like, we've had this concept for a film for years. It was kind of like in the works when we were inventing these characters. And once we succeeded executing these 11 videos on the scale that we did them, like I told you, like that was a real spaceship. We are in a real ass jail in a different one. I nearly drowned in a third one. Like, and I think I needed that experience when it's done and watching the playback going, not only am I interested in these characters, but there's something that's missing in a lot of rock and roll is pathos, right? So we look up at our heroes, at our guitar heroes and our lead singers, and they are untouchable, right? They're larger than life. They're James Bond. And I wanted to toy with the idea of watching them in broken moments. Because without the breaking, there is no rebuilding, right? And I was really inspired by Skyfall because it's the first time we ever see James Bond struggle. And it's one of my favorite Bond films because it wasn't a given he was going to win. And so I really investigated that in a lot of these videos, seeing our heroes in moments of maybe I can't get up, maybe I'm done, maybe whatever. And then to explore what it's like to succeed from a place of deficit and not just we're rad all the time. There's no way you could. It made us real, and I get emotional watching some of these videos because there's these really real moments of a person that I caught it on camera, and I'm so fond of the piece as a whole that now I'm confident that it can translate into a feature film.
Looking forward to that, indeed. So, lastly, what I do with everyone is I get you to look ahead to the future with a prediction. So I want you to finish this sentence for me. By the end of 2024, Beasto Blanco will
have signed the paperwork for the feature film.
A good answer. Like,
Thank
let's do it. Yeah. Real spaceships and real jails and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, with it comes the comedy. What I really want to release is the blooper reel. That's what you guys want to see. I shook the bars once so hard that the whole effing thing came off the track, and I was holding the jail bars. I was like, "Are we gonna have to pay for this?"
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm flapping around, and Chuck has seen me now from every angle. There's a scene where I really do almost drown, and it's because what I'm wearing is this material, this dress that I didn't anticipate when it's wet weighs about 30 pounds. And so once it got soaked, I'm going, oh, all right. But I kept the footage of when I came up out of the water. There was a bunch of like fake ones, but there's one in slow-mo where I go, because I really was, and my eyes are wild because I really was gasping for air. And I went, ooh, that's uncomfortable to watch. Use that. That's the one.
Excellent stuff. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I can't wait for this record. Now you've built it up and all these videos. I've got to wait to see them.
Thanks, man. I'm so stoked.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you down in Sydney in a couple of weeks, and we'll see you down here in January, February.
All right, man. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.